So, welcome to the Spark and Heal podcast. If you are a woman after breast cancer treatment and you're tired of feeling told that cancer fatigue is just something that you have to deal with, then this episode is definitely for you, because today I'm meeting with the sleep angel, sleep coach Ieva, who will help us to deconstruct sleep, explain how to fix it, how to fix broken sleep cycles, and will definitely shed more light on what not every doctor wants to talk about. So again, thank you for joining this conversation. Um, I think I'm lucky enough to found you, because I have not met many sleep coaches, but unfortunately, this is a problem that many people experience even without breast cancer. So can you maybe talk a little bit more about your path? What brought you to become sleep coach?
Yeah, it's a very boring, I would say, job to be a sleep coach, right? Okay, so in short, I'm Eva. I live in Singapore. I am mom of two beautiful children. And sleep came, well, we all have sleep. It's a very natural process in our life, right? So I would say few things. I was struggling also with my health, um, even though I didn't have very major illness in my life, but I really felt tired and in a way was trying to find out which small part in my life could help me feel more energized, more healthier, more calmer, more emotional stable, like really myself. So I experienced a lot, like different kind of diets, different kind of exercises, but still they were missing something. And that was sleep. That was sleep. And of course, then my kids were younger. I experienced sleep deprivation, uh, and it's kind of normal thing, but still, mm, it drained my energy a lot. And I kind of felt that mindfully, if I approach sleep in my life, and not only in my life, but in general in my family as a whole, we just could be better persons. So yeah, so sleep is for me really not only sleep hygiene, not only fixing sleep, but it's more deeper than that. I would say it's first is connection with yourself, even with self love. I talk a lot about sleep and self love, about really deep connection with yourself, I guess. And I think in general, you also could support my thoughts and words that healing healing comes from compassion, from self-love and acceptance, right?
Hmm. This is a very interesting topic that you touched upon, the self-love topic. And
Mm.
it's sometimes very difficult to do, even when we don't have any sicknesses, because I experienced this before, but then also I experienced this other absence of self-love in the light of the diagnosis and treatment. So here I would I'm actually very curious about this cultivation of self-love in this moments of which are disturbed by illness, for example, or maybe like in your case when you were a mother, because there is nothing you can do, there is something that needs to be done, right? And in moments like this, when you don't have much control, how you cultivate this self-love in regards to sleep.
Yeah, that's good. Very good question. I would say First of all, compassion, because we are fighting, right? Then we are tired. We are not happy of the situation. And of course, there are a lot of house and outside noise, right? Is if it is family, kids, friends, relatives, job, and everybody needs you, right? And we women, we are serving, we are helping, we are supporting a lot of others. Like if someone needs me, I am available, right? And the first thing is compassion, that how I am feeling, like stopping for a moment and can I really have to do this thing right now? How I'm feeling, right? And from that moment, you can decide you are in control. How can you approach, how you regulate yourself and say, no, I don't want this, I want that, right? And of course, if you all your life saying yes to everyone, it's really, really hard to say um, no to everyone and yes to yourself. So boundaries, again, like you are practicing small boundaries to say in your private life and say, okay, now I need maybe go for the walk by myself or for 10 minutes at least, like small, small injection of this. Then no, maybe I just need to go to the bath alone again, right? And the first and the third, maybe today, this night, I need to go earlier to sleep. And no matter what happening right now, outside, I have to take care of myself. And it's really, really hard because you are providing everything for others. So I don't know if this makes sense, but I was trying to explain just small steps how I started to practice this in my daily life, just saying no to some parties, saying no to some meetings, saying no to my husband that I don't want to go there, or yeah. And it's really, really gives you, in a sense, energy to yourself, like, wow, I said this, which is makes you in control of doing and feeling what you want.
Now I would like to go back to the basics. What is a good sleep? What does it mean to sleep well? Maybe you can unpack a little bit this basic, let's say, language, this basic lingo and the foundations. When do we sleep well? How do we know that we slept well?
So first thing is then we wake up in the morning. And of course, this 30 minutes could be a bit of, we feel more slowly and more, especially from the deep sleep. Then we came up, when we woke up, it's still, we are feeling sleepy. So it's normal. But after you feel that you have that energy, you have a good mood, like you have some ideas what you want to do. So this is, I call the good sleep. And it could be it could be that you slept, for example, 7 or 8 hours, but you still do not feel rested, which is also very common with us women, because in the daytime we we do a lot of multitasking, a lot of which our brains works more than men, right? And we feel a lot. We women feel a lot, and a lot of emotions also can rise up and down. And and depending on our cycles, on our either is perimenopause or menopause, either we exercise or not exercise. So it's also very depending on this matter. And in women who are survivors after breast cancer, they could feel this fatigue, day fatigue, right? And it's really difficult also to say, like, you want to stay probably more in bed and just rest. But my advice would be that you should move a little bit more, not like really drastically and intense, but just 10 or 15 minutes stretching or doing yoga.
Is the prerequisite for a good sleep? What you need to do, or maybe what is good to do in order to have good sleep? You just talked about movement, and
Yeah.
I think we can go deeper about this topic.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that hormones are connected and emotions are also connected to this good sleep. But are there other prerequisites for us to prepare for this very good deep night's sleep?
Okay, so first thing I would like to say, your mindset. Don't try first to be very perfect on your sleep, and it just if you are struggling with sleep, so your mind should reframe not to trying to go to sleep or fix your sleep, but to reframe it as just practice good rest, something more softer and more lighter, right? The second thing is morning light is very, very important because it's the circadian disruption could appear a lot in your case. And it's a natural way to get naturally this night biology. Like if you get at least 10 or 15 minutes of sunlight, it will calculate in melatonin in the evening, right? So even there is a cloudy day, still you go there. If it's sun, go. Just try or just create your morning routine. Either you have a dog or not having a dog, just take a cup of good tea and just go and walk slowly. So you have two things at one time, and the sun and a bit of movement. The 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 other thing is in the first part of your day, you will feel you'll be more active. So use this day to do something, probably maybe with your work, with some meeting or call. It's just this part of the day will give you energy. So use it, right? But also important, do small pauses. Like
Mhm.
if you are doing something, right, but you don't get involved too much, but just stand up, move your hands, shake it out, something, put your music favorite, maybe dance, something just to pause or just to watch, through the window and do nothing. But these pauses will help you come back to the parasympathetic nervous system, calm you
Mm.
down, breathe, whatever you like, but just do some pauses, which is very, 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 very good. What else? Movement, we talked. Regular eating. Uh, it's also depending on woman. Either she's loves to eat, have a breakfast or not, but I would suggest to eat also regularly. In general, our body loves regularity, the same as sleep. to sleep regularly, also to eat regularly. And yeah, so this cycles, this rhythm, it's like natural rhythm that your body will know, and your body will feel safe in a sense, and for you will be easier to relax. Be mindful what you are eating, right? Also protein, fiber, really something really nice, what's depending on the season as well. Then be mindful with coffee. And of course, I don't know, I love coffee. I'm really sensitive to coffee. And I know that if I drink coffee after 3 p.m., I will not fall asleep. So it's just very personal approach. But if you are also sensitive to coffee, so the last cup of coffee should be around 2 p.m., for example, right? But not anymore. Also, hydration, water, cold or hot water with lemon, without lemon. It's also very, very good for even for, I feel sometimes when I take a cup of water, I feel more calmer. It's like a calmer drink for me. Then all the food which is spicy, I also recommend to be more mindful during before, I mean, your bedtime. When your bedtime approach, so let's say 2-3 hours before bed, try to eat something more lighter, and it's also very uh, related with hot flashes as well. That all this, spicy things can, and alcohol as well can increase this temperature of your body. Then we are approaching our evening time. So I don't want to say like rules what you have to do, but more think about this period of time, like it will be pleasurable. It will be something beautiful and really enjoyable for you, what you want to do. And of course, like 80% of people are scrolling with their phones in beds, right? Even I do sometime, but it's so boring and so bad for us that we could find some I don't know, some art book, some poetry, something really enjoyable and at the same time calming for yourself. So either could be book, either could be meditation, something which could ground you, you know, and yeah, dim the lights, make a room very cool, and prepare for your bed.
This sounds like a very nice and mindful sleeping protocol. And I really encourage everyone to try at least one thing in the morning and one thing in the evening from what you mentioned, to just very slowly find this balance and come to this good night's sleep. You mentioned something in the very end, which is hot flashes, and I would like to talk a little bit more about this, because after chemotherapy, most women, like 70% of women, enter induced menopause, regardless their age. And so this is where hot flashes continuously appear and disappear. And of course, they lead to insomnia, which is the most common side effect after breast cancer. Do you have some recommendations or suggestions on how to deal with insomnia in this situation where you cannot regulate, you cannot impact directly your hot flashes and your body to wake up at night and just stay for hours without sleep?
Yeah, very, very important question. So first, say to your mind that at this period of time, it's normal. So even accepting this is very, very important for women to understand that, okay, will happen, and I have to prepare myself, right? Um, so first, coldness, really cold room could help you. It could be, I don't know, depending on environment you are in, like give more air in your room. It could be fans, for example, next to your bedtime table, or just to not facing your neck and the head, but really circulate air in your room could help this monitor coldness situation. All the fabrics, not only your bedding, should be breathable as much as possible. So linen, cotton, bamboo, silk, whatever you prefer, should be on the list. As well, your clothing, how you sleep, right? So if you have this experience during the night or several times per night, so I would say prepare like bedtime kit, next to your bed. For example, few tops for changing, not flashing the light, but dimming the light. Then you are waking up, and just have some maybe cold water next to you, maybe some ice, I don't know, just something which could help you straight away, not to, getting up from bed and going to the closet and taking all the things, but just really have this. And after you change your clothes is important, because probably it could be, very hard beating and stress what's happening with my body. So first thing is to calm your body, right? uh, Not mind but body. When we calm our body first, then it's easier to calm down our mind. So you can, for example, sit down next to your bed, grounded your legs, and just you feel your legs, you feel your room. You can say to your mind, okay, now I am in my room. I touch my pillow, I touch my legs. I am here. Like I am now physically here, and it gives you calmness. Like, okay, I'm not in my mind somewhere, but I am here. And then take, for example, very simple, if you are not meditating, never in your life, you never did this, just simple 4-4-4 breathing exercise. Like you take a deep breath in, counting 4, then hold 4, counting to 4, and really very, very slowly exhale again with 4. And you just can make, I don't know, depending on your heart, you can hold your heart, you can hold your belly, right? Just stay in that moment for, let's say, 5-10 cycles, and you feel that you will stay calmer and calmer and calmer. And of course, there is, I feel that there are also racing mind. Then you are waking up from anxiety, for example. And so it's again, I would really, really recommend to just try practicing breathing, not only during the night when you have this. Of course, it's a very, very powerful tool, but to do this practice, like in general, with these small pauses during the day, like let's say start with even 2 or 3 minutes per day, and schedule, like, okay, I'll do this before my work, or I'll do this after my walk, and you can combine I usually do this like, okay, now I go for a run, I come back, I drink coffee, and I'll do meditation. So it's getting to mindful routine in your head, and you just do this practice. Other thing is that also I love writing, for example. So I I I would suggest, of course, writing could be very, like, oh my God, now I have to write. It's so not who I am, right? So, but it's just simple things like could be starting point. We are women, right? So beautiful notebook, like now the spring is coming. So pick up your color, like, okay, I want red, or no, I want blue or yellow, whatever, or with the butterflies, or with some, I don't know, crazy things, and just make it really, again, enjoyable. It's not like routine. I have to do, and I'll do this, and then I'll be calm. No, it's like something you want really in your life, and just make it meaningful. So the notebook, pencil, and it could be like your worry journal. What I am worried about, how I am feeling, because uh, sleep deprivation is not only biology; it's also emotional and psychological matter. It's everything, everything as a whole. There are a lot of layers. So starting with yourself, what I'm afraid of. Is it a fear? Is it sadness? How am I feeling? And you can start from one question per day. How I am feeling, and then it will come a lot of feelings and emotions, and crying out, and this will help you in a way, not, I don't want to say come back to this 3 a.m., time when you wake up, but it could be, if you practice this practice during the day, I'm I feel it will help you not to get up in 3 a.m. You know what I mean?
Okay, that sounds interesting. I tend to drink herbal tea when I cannot sleep at night, and it calms me down. Then it's easier for me to get asleep when I have insomnia. So I guess that we also need to understand some individual needs and try to attend to them, because sometimes just staying in bed and turning in circles for 2 or 3 hours is also not helpful.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that's the thing, that we don't need to stay in bed and, and not try. Do not try to fall asleep, because if you will try, um, you will not succeed. So let's say you are in bed for 20 or 30 minutes. So my suggestion would be just get out of bed and go to other room, and do something boring. If you don't want journaling, you can have a chamomile tea, or other liquid, or just, I don't know, do something really, really boring, which makes you, again, sleepy, and you then come back to bed.
Hmm. I think it's good to understand this, also change the environment and then come back to your bed. Um, I also want to ask you about the behavior of other people who live in the same household, because very often we live with somebody, right? We have a partner, we have children, or we live with parents, or even we share with somebody else the same space, especially in a situation when you're recovering, you have these hot flashes, you are fighting with insomnia and fatigue during the day. What would be this one thing that the person that is sharing bed with this woman should know about?
I think, and I feel that each woman will feel differently. And I think there is no universal protocol for that. But I feel that just talk. First of all, just talk with your family and express how you feel and how you want to, in this period of time, um, mm, live in, right? Or sleep. And either you want just privacy, autonomy, and maybe there are separate room where you can stay there and just to be with everything what you are experiencing and processing still. Or you need company, you need more support and more sharing what you feel. And it's also becoming tricky then your partner's sleep pattern is different. So also maybe just to have small plan how you will act together, or if he will support you during the night or not, with some really basic things. With maybe he will come up and bring you tea, or maybe he will put some earplugs and some really natural and really daily routine things what you are doing. But I think the most important thing that you could feel safe and comfortable. You both feel comfortable that neither of you, I mean, if he has a work, you have to also have a good night's sleep. So you will not interfere with each other. So I think talk and just having small plan for, let's say, 1 week or 2 week, and just feel just um, just live in and see how it goes.
And to finish our conversation, if a person who is watching us or listening us didn't have a good night's sleep for a very long time, what is one thing they need to do tonight to achieve this nice sleep?
It's very difficult to say. But I would say not fighting, but really um, have empathy and care. It's like, hug yourself. Because fighting will not help you. Only embracing with compassion and 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 ask for support. It's still, if you are not mm, n- don't know how and when and what to do, is just really ask for support, but with not this fighting mode, but more with gentleness and compassion to yourself. So this is my advice.
Eva, thank you so much. I noted a few things that I have not been doing, and I will try at least one tonight.
Yeah,
So I
which
hope
one?
that,
Can you tell me which one?
yeah, so I will do the writing.
You'll do the writing. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great. That's great.
because I do the writing in the morning, but actually, when you were talking about this, I think that the writing in the evening can bring you into this state when you come down and you're ready to close your notebook and go into sleep.
Yay. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. Try. Yeah. And it's nice. It's like there is no rules. You can experiment so much, and don't afraid to make mistakes even in a sleep environment, that we are very keen to do everything perfectly. But I think in the way sleep is so authentic and so intimate and so personal, like you don't have to stick to standard rules, but you can invent your own rules. I would say.
Also, something that you said about not fighting deeply resonated with me, and I hope that a lot of women around will be also hopefully more careful about themselves, because that's very easy to start fighting and maybe even blaming yourself for not being able to rest properly. But everything starts with self-love. And it seems very simple, but in real life, it's not always easy to cultivate.
Yes, yes, totally agree. Be more softer to ourselves. Yeah, I think it's so yeah, it's another topic probably to because we are so educated and learned from the past that we have to be strong in every situation in our life, and even you can tell more than I am, of course, to be strong to fight your illness, right? But at the same time, coming back to your heart, coming back to your softness, to your feminine, and still you are, that amazing woman, what you were before, and not forgetting that you are not broke, you are not a problem, you are not fixing yourself again. It's just you who you are, and you are enough, right?
These are beautiful words, Eva. Thank you so much. Thank you for finding the time and joining me here. And
Thank you.
I hope that this brings a lot of new information and especially practical advice to other women. Thank you, Eva. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Should I